In the immediate aftermath of Caesar's assassination, there were four factions competing for power in Rome. Mark Antony was the most significant person in Rome in the months following Caesar's death. Second came the resurgent senatorial faction, which was led by Cicero. There was another faction that consisted of Caesar's assassins. The two leading figures were Brutus and Cassius. And of course there was Octavian, who was heir to Caesar's immense fortune. This fact alone made him an important political figure to deal with inside Rome. Initially, no one was really too interested in starting another major civil war, so there was a relative sense of peace, though tensions existed. As I mentioned before, Antony was initially the most powerful figure in the Roman world. Julius Caesar and Antony were elected consuls for the year 44 BC. With Caesar gone, Antony was left as the sole consul, which gave him the opportunity to introduce legislation that, of course, was beneficial to his cause. Antony was originally slated to assume the governorship of Macedonia after his consulship had expired. But given the current climate in Rome, he was less interested in leaving Italy. Instead, he arranged for his brother to take control of Macedonia, while he induced the Senate to appoint him governor of Cisalpine Gaul. This was located in the north, and was the perfect location for Antony to establish a power base where he could keep an ever-watchful eye on Rome. But problems began to arise for Antony. First, Octavian returned to Italy, where he was intent on claiming his inheritance. He also began to convince some of Caesar's veterans to join his cause, mainly through promises of money, but also because he was Caesar's adopted son and heir. In November of 44 BC, Antony decided to take command of Cisalpine Gaul a few months early. There were immediate problems with the campaign. Octavian convinced two of Antony's legions to defect. The governor of Cisalpine Gaul was Decimus Brutus, one of Caesar's assassins. By now, the Senate ordered Decimus not to relinquish command of the province. Still, Antony pressed on and laid siege to Mutina with 4 legions. Meanwhile, in Rome, a coalition in the Senate rallied against Antony and even declared him a public enemy. Octavius also had assembled a sizable force of 5 legions. Cicero and the Senate saw to it that he was placed under the command of the newly appointed consul, Hirtius. Hirtius and Octavian advanced north against Antony. Pansa, the other consul, was also sent north from Rome to join up with Hirtius. He was in command of 4 new legions. Thus, Antony was severely outnumbered. Antony made a bold move and decided to attack Pansa before he could link up with Hirtius and Octavian. The Battle of Forum Gallorum was a bitter struggle. Pansa's troops were eventually routed and their commander mortally wounded. Antony already had a siege going on, so he had no interest in starting a new investment on Pansa's camp, and so he headed back to Mutina with his objective accomplished. However, Hirtius launched his own attack, and Antony suffered severe losses and was forced to hastily retreat back to Mutina. There was jubilation in Rome, as it appeared that Antony had been defeated in favor of the Senate's coalition. But Antony was still able to maintain the encirclement around Mutina. Meanwhile, Decimus Brutus was in a precarious position, as his supplies were nearly exhausted. Octavian and Hirtius, after surveying the defenses, found a weakness in the siege fortification, and it was here where they launched an attack. Their immediate goal was to provide critical supplies to Decimus. Antony started to call in as many reinforcements as he could muster. Hirtius made a bold move and pushed deep inside Antony's defenses, even moving toward Antony's command tent. But he ran into Antony's cracked 5th Legion, which pushed back the assault. Hirtius was killed in combat. Although Octavian resumed the fight, he eventually retreated. The battle ended in a stalemate. With both Roman consuls dead, Octavian assumed command over all the senatorial forces. This was a disaster for the Roman Senate and Cicero. Antony's army was not destroyed, and Antony was still alive and well. Antony soon called off the siege of Mutina and successfully retreated out of the area. He recalled loyal legions from around the Mediterranean, greatly bolstering his army. Octavian also had command over a loyal army, consisting of Caesar's veterans. The Senate had one card left to play. They ordered Octavian to hand over his army to Decimus. Octavian refused, knowing that there was nothing standing between him and Rome. Also, there was no way Caesar's veterans were going to take orders from one of Caesar's assassins. Decimus soon fled Mutina, but was captured and executed. For Cicero, this could not have been a worse outcome. He probably wouldn't have shed too many tears if Antony and Octavian had been killed in the fighting, but instead both survived and were in control of powerful armies. With both Roman consuls dead, the power of the Senate was effectively gone, and with it, the Republic.